Welcome back to part 17. This last month or so I've shot a lot of video, so I think what I'm going to do is break it up into two videos. This is part 17, and then maybe another week or so when I get a little bit more video shot, I'll come out with 18. Anyway, I'll show you what I've been up to. Thanks for watching. One of the first things you want to do when you're reassembling the car is get the wiper assembly back in. A lot of these British cars, they have the wiper boxes that are up in there in the cowl, and it's just so much easier putting them in with nothing in the way. Easy access. Anyway, I rebuilt all that, rebuilt the boxes, basically cleaned them up, made sure they weren't worn too bad. They all seem to be okay. The motor I cleaned up and tested, and it runs really well. The other thing I'm working on is the heater vents. I started putting it back together. I'm going to be covering this area here because the carpet only comes up to about here. There's really nothing that goes on here, so I'll probably put some either black or red vinyl wrap around this on the front, because when you get in the car you will see this, and I really don't know if I want it to be gray. I'll probably do it in black. Anyway, I've got the fresh air vent in. I finished off getting the heater box in and the defroster vents. I went ahead and covered this in red. I just thought it would look better because the carpet's going to be red, and it'll be red up to here with the carpet, so I thought this would look really nice. I've got the wiring kind of laid out. I had to pull a wrap off of the wiring because some of the wiring was not all being used. I've got the heater box back in. They normally just come to this spot right here. I had to add this all on so the new electric heater core will just slide down in here and bolt in here. Because I came out with this, it sticks out further. The only screws I could get to were these two, so what I did was I put some on the other three mounting locations. I put some studs up from underneath and used nuts on this side so I could get it in and out easier. But it's all rebuilt, ready to be hooked back up again. I started putting the hush mat down on the two floor pans. I still have a little bit left to do up in the front there on both sides. That I still have to, I want to raise it up further in the back, or in the front I should say. And I might go up a little bit higher on the transmission tunnel. We'll see. We'll see how much hush mat I have left. This is the center speaker console that fit underneath the center of the dash. These are plastic. This one's been modified over the years. The issue I have with this, I don't have this hump here anymore along the bottom. So this one's really not usable for what I want in the car. So I've been mocking up a new design just on some foam board. What I have here is this is where the mini iPad will go here in the center. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do here yet. I know I'm definitely going to have this to duplicate what was in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this part. I think I will do this and put two cup holders or something in here. I might make it a little bit shorter. I just kind of don't like the look of this. I was thinking about even maybe sloping it down or something here. But see, this is not as high here in the center because the gear shift would normally be right here, right in this area. But anyway, that's what I want to do, just real simple. There's going to no switches or anything on here, just the iPad will be mounted on the face of this. I do temporarily have the dash in. I filled in some holes up here. These will be the new heater controls, and these over here are the drive, neutral, reverse buttons that will go in here. I also filled, there was a couple holes there that I filled. Other than that, the rest of the dash will pretty much remain stock. I really like the look of these early dashboards, 67 and earlier. They're all metal. The only plastic on them was just around the plastic little, I guess, eyebrow or bezel that goes around here. That's really the only plastic on the dash. This is the plastic center console that I'm not going to be using. I did go ahead and get the foam board patterns and made this made the console out of wood. It came out pretty good. The iPad will be mounted on here. I did cut down this extension that I put out on here. It was higher when I had the foam board, but I went ahead and cut that down and trimmed it down. It looks a lot better. I'll probably be just covering this all in the black vinyl. I was thinking about putting some cup holders in here, so I did make some plastic holders, but I don't know, it looks too busy. I might just put one in there, I'm not quite sure. One would look kind of weird. Anyway, that's the new console I made. I'll get this covered, trimmed up, and ready to put back in. I'm going to be putting the headliner in the MG. I've never done this before, but I'm kind of following the instructions that came with the headliner kit. This is the center point of the foam backing. This glues on to the underside of the roof. I have to be careful when I'm lining this up. This is going to be like my starting point, and then I need this line here to be lined up with the front, the top of the windshield. I have done some marks on the other side. The marks on this side are, I used like a carpenter's type soft lead pencil. You don't want to use permanent markers on the fabric side because it will bleed through. You know, once the glue hits it, it could bleed through into the fabric, and I don't want that. So anyway, these are some of my alignment marks I'll be using for when I install the fabric, and these I'll use when I actually attach it to the inside of the roof. Let me show you what I did. This is probably overkill, but I don't want any of this adhesive spray to get on the car, so I masked everything off. Okay, this is what I've done inside. This is the very center point here, and this is the center line above the windshield and the back. And anyway, that's what this looks like. And I'm going to start putting some adhesive on. And again, this might be overkill, but I taped everything off in here. I didn't want any of that spray glue going all over the place. Okay, I have the foam liner glued on. I sprayed on adhesive on the metal and then on the back side of the adhesive, and it went on really nice. It looks like it's holding real good. What I did, you know, I showed you earlier, the center line is here. I lined this mark up with the marks on the ceiling and then aligned them with the front, and then kind of got this laid in and then just went out from there. I only had to trim off just a slight amount around the front and around the edges. Well, you can see maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch maybe I trimmed off. And then what you do is I used it's a wide putty knife that I cut down and rounded the edges off on, so it wouldn't rip into this material. And then you just push it back in, and it like that, and it worked really well. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'll go ahead and look, it feels like it's glued down good all over. It went on real nice. This is the fabric headliner I'm going to be using. This is the glue side. This is the deluxe headliner I got through Moss Motors. It almost looks like a suede fabric or something. It's really a nice fabric. But what I've done here is I've got the center location marked so I can line up in the center of the ceiling. This is the front, so I'll line this up on the center, and then align this mark up with the center line above the windshield, and it should just lay on nicely, and then work back towards the back of the car. This is sized the same as the foam liner I put in, so there will be a little bit cut off around the edges, but I do that after the main area is all glued down. You don't want to use a permanent marker on this. I'm afraid it would bleed through and you'd see it, so I'm actually just using a I guess a carpenter's pencil. It's a soft lead, and it marks real well, and it should not bleed through. But anyway, this is where I'm at, and let's get some glue on and get it done. Okay, I got the headliner in. It's real important you take your time setting this up. I'm really glad I did the lines, found the center, and I basically spotted it here and lined it up with the center and the front, my center mark, and it went on really nice. It actually went on pretty fast. The other thing I did, I used the spray adhesive on both the foam and the headliner. I did not use it around the side rails, the 3 side rails, the right side, left side, and the front. I used contact cement on that, and what I did was I brushed the contact cement on these header rails, and while they were still wet, I applied the fabric. What I found out was you don't want to brush the contact cement on the back side of fabric. It would probably be okay on vinyl, but not on the fabric. It bled through, so I actually had to piece out the front center portion and redo that one side. But I had some extra headliner material for that. I don't have the rear piece in yet that goes across. That kind of just snaps in place. It's not glued on. And there's also the rear quarters. There's 2 panels that snap in there with upholstery clips. I still have to do the around the doors, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in black vinyl or in the gray headliner material. They did give me the material to do that, so I don't know, I might do it. It might look okay. I put the black vinyl on the dash also, and that came out real nice. Yeah, that came out real nice. Real happy with that. Anyway, that's where I'm at here. This is the spray adhesive I used. I pretty much used the full can. There's just a little bit left. I bought 2 cans of this. I wasn't sure how much I would need. I think if you're doing a bigger car, like a muscle car or something like that, you'd probably use both cans. But I've got a little bit left in this, but this worked really well. It's 3M headliner adhesive. I did spray this on back of the fabric and on the foam that I attached it to, and this did not bleed through the fabric at all. So this worked really well, and it appears to be holding real well too. I've been a little concerned about this front lip here on the front spoiler. I'm not quite sure how low this is actually going to be, but to kind of help protect it, I'm making a 3-piece little lip that goes around here. These are just the wood patterns for it. I think what I'll do is glass these, maybe paint them black. They'll be bolted on underneath here on the underside of the lip. That way, if it does get scratched or something, it will help protect this, and I would only have to just replace these little lips or repair them. But I did them in 3 pieces, a 2 outer and 1 in the center. That's all for this episode. I'll be coming out with another episode, part 18, which will cover a lot of the batteries, battery boxes, getting those assembled and wired up and back into the car. So that'll be out shortly. But anyway, thanks for watching.